So when it comes to games that never made it to PC and only came out on console, and there are not that many left at this point, most games at some point made it to PC, but the big game that till this day kind of has me traumatized and angry that I never got to play it firsthand is Red Dead Redemption 1. That game only came out on Xbox 360 and PS3 at the time. It was never remade, never remastered. I never had a chance to play it. I listened to the soundtrack at the time, obviously watched the Let's Plays and all that, so I'm familiar with the game, but I refused to buy a console till this day. I mean, I never really needed one. And there are not many games, like I said, that didn't come to PC in the end. But Red Dead 1 is one of the few games that till this day have me angry, right? And upset that I never got to play it. But that may change in the near future. It is currently trending on Twitter as I'm recording this, at least in the For You tab. I mean, whatever that means, what Elon puts in there. And the story is that Red Dead Redemption Remaster will release this year. According to media sources, Colin Moriarty, the remaster version has been in the works for years, and it will be revealed this summer and will be released later this year. Now, okay, two things. First thing, they use the word remaster. That's not a remake, okay? We're not getting a full remake of Red Dead 1, which would be insane, okay? Thinking of the scope and all that. Because when you investigate why the game was never ported to PC, you find posts like this and remarks that say the game was so poorly coded that the port to PC was nearly impossible or it would have taken too much time, okay? That's kind of the consensus that is the reason why the game never made it to any other platform, because it's just such a jumbled up code that you can't do anything with it. But a remaster indicates that it will be a slightly glorified version, upped texture resolutions, higher resolution in the game itself, maybe a few effects here and there. It's a 2010 game, so if you look at the actual gameplay, it did age not bad, right? It's not an awful looking game, but it does show some signs of being outdated, okay? So it would need a bit more than that. We all remember the GTA Trilogy that they released recently, right? The remaster of that launched as a disaster. But what was interesting is that these games, to me at least, felt like they took the old games and upped the resolution, right? Like just put a higher res in. Of course, they changed other stuff, but it very much felt like a little bit of a lazy cash-in where they take the games and shoot them out there. And I mean, they got the huge backlash when the games came out, right? But the question is, will this be the same? Will they just take Red Dead 1, up the resolution, add a few minor effects here and there? And it remains to be seen. Again, at the moment, this whole thing is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. We don't know where it's going to go. But I would say Colin Moriarty is a reliable source. He's absolutely like an industry insider, veteran, so to say. We're going to read his quote and check out what exactly he said in just a second. But the other point I want to mention before we do this is that this, image that has leaked and all the leaks that sit around it very much look like this might not be a remaster for PC. Okay, which wouldn't make much sense, because if you, let's say, remaster it and bring it out on the PS5 and Series X, for example, their architecture is not that different from a PC architecture, so it wouldn't be that difficult to port it over. However, it's not confirmed that it exists at all, and beyond that, it's not confirmed that it will come to PC, at least on launch. So it might also be a time exclusive, something like that. We don't know at this point, but let's read what Colin Moriarty actually said. For those of you who don't know who Colin Moriarty is, he is, or used to be, the right hand of Greg Miller on IGN, Beyond Podcasts and all that. He is literally a legend in terms of the video games industry. He now started his own Patreon, does this podcast called Sacred Symbols. And in that podcast, he said, "I have seen confirmation that this is real. I had someone reach out to me behind the scenes that showed me something that definitely shows this game is coming. Maybe even imminently, with an announcement maybe in August." Unfortunately, we can't listen to himself saying it because his podcast is hidden behind a paywall. But just the sheer fact that there is hope now, right? That there's a light on the end of the tunnel, and that it might be possible that at some point in the future I will be able to play this game on PC, okay, with beautiful textures and high resolution and 120 frames per second. Hope exists. Hope is important, okay, and that's what this is all about. It is a rumor, it is speculation, but let me tell you, if it turns out that this is bullshit, because I mean, like Colin Moriarty said, coming, announcement in summer, the game actually coming later this year. If it turns out like in 1.5 years that this whole thing was nothing, that's not good for Colin Moriarty's reputation. That's one of those things that for the rest of your life, people are going to be like, yeah, that's a nice thing you're claiming, but you remember that one thing about Red Dead, like that never so. So obviously Colin Moriarty knows that, and he will be very cautious not to promise something that is definitely not true. So I think, this is just me interpreting what I see here, it's real, and I think it's coming. Is it coming to PC? Maybe. My theory is that it will probably be time exclusive, maybe a year, half a year, probably a year on the next-gen consoles, because that's the other aspect, right? The next-gen consoles need a little bit of an injection of excitement at the moment. PS5 less so, but especially Series X and S, a Red Dead 1 remaster that is time exclusive on consoles gives console people a little bit the feeling that they are getting something special and adds a bit of value to the hardware that they bought. So it would make sense from a strategic point of view from Xbox, but also from Sony's point of view. So I think there's a possibility, it's real, it might be coming, and let's all pray to Gaben that it will be coming to the PC as well. I certainly am. Guys, if you want to discuss this and other things, we have a Discord. You can join for free. I'm there. Many other people are hanging out there. It's a lovely community. The link is in the description. You just have to click it. And if you have Discord installed, you're automatically on the server. You're going to be greeted. You're in a welcome room. Everyone hugs you. It's great. Make new friends. Join the Discord. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Do these things. They help me out. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one, I guess. That's what people say. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye.